Get ready. Get set. Because it's
time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax. Because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
What's up? What's up? What's happening, guys? How's everyone doing? It's got to be 420 somewhere. That's right. I'm your host, Brian Brown, and this is the podcast where we count down every day, Monday through Friday, to 420, guys, and I'm excited. I already started indulging, if you know what I mean. And we got a good one, guys. We count down to 420 every day, Monday through Friday, and we get into a whole mess of trouble in the meantime. We have Movie Monday, Paranormal Tuesday, Weed Wednesday, which we did does weed cause memory loss? We talked about that yesterday. And today is True Crime Thursday. And I'm switching it up a little bit, guys. We're kind of doing conspiracies, a little crimey. It's just sprinkled in all together, guys. It's conspiracies of Walt Disney and the Disney parks. That is right. Does the Disney parks hide bodies? Is Walt frozen? Was he an FBI informant? So many questions, guys. So many questions. There's a whole deep dive that we're going to do about the parks. Did you guys know that there's gangs that run inside Disneyland? Actual, patches and everything. Did you guys know that? I discovered it a while back, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. Oh, man. But what we also do, guys, is the top 5 at 420 every day. And what that is we scour the internet for the most epic fails, guys, and what we got today is the most dumbest criminal fails. That is right. We've wanted to keep it true to the theme. We're talking true crime, and we're going to start talking the dumbest criminals, guys. A lot of these are from cops, so big shout out to cops for capturing some of the dumbest criminals. All right, guys, here we go. Brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Save some green on some green. Oh, he's spreading his cheeks and everything. I tell you, if he had some green from the Healing Center, he wouldn't have done that. Who is that, Teddy Hart? Oh, man. He needs some green. Oh my God, he's simmering on down there. All right, number 4, guys. We got old school. Oh, old school said, "See ya." Oh dang. Oh, they got him. That's a bummer. I think I actually remember this. Oh, he's still going. He's just like, hey. What the hell? All right, number 3, guys. Did he say he's grounded? Oh, damn. Well, you know, if he's grounded. Oh, God, look at that cop. He's like, hey, I'm going to grease you all up. You won't get in there. I'm going to rub my body and grease you up. We'll fit you in there. All right, number 2, guys. Oh, we got a runner. We got a runner. Yeah, I wasn't pointing a long alleyway that way.
There's no watermark or anything in that. Yeah, see, it's not even. He's like a caged animal. He tried to jump this one, and then he tried to jump that one. But he picked the fence. It's like.
That sucks with an alley that long. Where are you gonna go?
Cool. You guys have your IDs? She's got a scale in her purse.
Oh.
And some crystal meth.
Oh,
Some
damn.
crystal meth.
Oh, damn.
Looks like we have a jackpot here. Hey, Michael, I found dope in the center console.
You might want to check. If it's what I think it might be, that's been in there for a while, check it. It's not even dope.
It's not dope?
No.
Immediately turns a bright orange color, which means this is actually very good quality methamphetamine.
That was your top 5 at 420, guys, brought to you by the Healing Center. We got a little bonus round for you here.
It doesn't mean you're under arrest, but I'm just going to do that so I can finish looking in the car and I don't have to try to watch you too. So I'm going to look around in here and see what we have. Maybe we can find some ID, some drugs. Here he goes.
He's gone. Says see ya with handcuffs on and everything.
Oh, he fell. Billy, what are you doing?
Oh, damn.
You all right, Billy?
No.
He said no.
No, not every day, that's for sure. Now you know why.
It don't work.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I never really thought about that because, yeah, once you hit a certain speed, your momentum would probably, and you can't. And then if you fall, you're just going straight up face first. Oh, my God. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, guys, we're getting close to 420, so I need you to grab those bongs, grab those pipes, go grab those dab rigs, grab those Flaming Hot Cheetos, those corn nuts, whatever, corn nuts, are those still around? Good old corn nuts. Grab some Mike and Ike's and whatever you need, guys, because we're getting ready for 420. Blow up those comments. Let me know what you're indulging in. Is it some strawberry cough? Is it some Slurty? I'm getting slurty with it, guys. I'm just finishing up this half ounce of El Cheapo. Man, $40. $40 a half ounce, guys. You get a full ounce for 80. And then if you did that, you would have no reason not to celebrate 420. That is right, guys. That is right. How was your 420? Mine was fire. You know what? I can't even play the Everyday Dab song today because I ain't dabbing with Everyday Dabs. I actually threw some of Jeremy's. Man, Jeremy kicked me down a little bit of some nice wax. Sugar. Ooh, really nice, guys. I'm enjoying it. So I threw that on top of my Slurty. He gave me some freaking fire weed, and that was gone that same day. So we don't need to talk about that. That stuff was really good. Man, you guys want growing tips, you talk to Jeremy. Woo. Yeah, I'm going with that El Cheapo, guys. That's what I'm rolling with, El Cheapo, and I threw the sugar on it. Boom. Feeling good. Oh, how was your 420, guys? Blow it up. How you feeling? You getting ready? Get relaxed. Get your DDP yoga on. All right, get relaxed, guys. Get settled in because we're talking conspiracy. We're talking true crime. We're talking murders. We're talking life after murders. Yeah. We're talking all sorts of crazy stuff. Talking conspiracies. We're talking Walt Disney and Disneyland and Disney World. I think there might be a little Disney World sprinkled in here, guys. But yeah, we're talking conspiracies on this True Crime Thursday. All right, production value every day of the week. What? We're growing up. We're getting our act together. We're getting a haircut and get a real job. Get your act up and don't be a slob. You need to act like your big brother Bob. Don't quit the daily dank and ride some hogs. I don't know. Yeah, it actually made sense, believe it or not. All right, guys, so we are getting into the conspiracies of Walt Disney and Disneyland Resort, and more of the theme park. I think it's more Disneyland. There might be some Disney World in here, but it's going old school. We're going to get into it, guys, right now. Buckle in. It's a good one. I'm excited. Here we go.
Disney is for some a world of wonder, joy, and imagination. It's been there for most of us our entire lives, but with nearly 100 years of operation, there have been many claims that suggest a less than wonderful reality that betrays the squeaky clean image that Disney so fiercely protects.
Disney conspiracies. Walt Disney is
Sometimes
frozen.
the rumor goes so far to denote where Disney's frozen body or head is stored. And one of the most popular suggestions for its current resting place is deep in the heart of Disneyland, under the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. What gives credit to this theory is the company's founder Walt Disney's own very famous reputation as an innovator who was fascinated by the future and making the impossible possible. Walt Disney passed in 1966, but in 1964, a book entitled The Prospect of Immortality, written by the founder of the cryogenics movement, Robert Edinger, was published, which discussed the premise of cryonics, meaning the idea of cryogenically freezing someone was in the air before Disney's death, and plausible that he was aware of it. Edinger himself was later frozen after his death in 2011, along with 100 other people who hoped for reanimation. According to the PBS News, in the weeks after his death, a tabloid reporter claimed to have snuck into the hospital where Disney was a patient at the time of his death and saw a cryogenic metal cylinder in which he was suspended. There have often been rumors about his impending thawing around certain dates.
I've heard these.
The most recent projected defrosting was December 2021, as it would have been the 55th anniversary of his death, but it came and went without any remarkable update. Some have gone so far as to claim that the film Frozen was titled as such so that Google results with Disney and Frozen would populate with stuff about the film, pushing the conspiracy theories down in the results. Why Disney would wait until 2013, nearly 47 years after his death, to do so remains unexplained.
Ooh. So yeah, I've heard that conspiracy before that Walt Disney is frozen, or at least his head is. I also I think it's fact. Ted Williams, right? Ted Williams is frozen somewhere. And you know what's kind of messed up about it is like these places that these like celebrities would do, like Ted Williams paid this company, and now the company's kind of bankrupt, I believe. And like, so what happens to Ted Williams' head? Like, they're supposed to be keeping him frozen. Like, is it and it's got to be cryogenic, right? Like, is that special kind of frozen, or is that just we're in the freezer frozen, and then when it's time we thaw you out? I've heard of that before. What was it? Vanilla Sky, one of my all-time favorite movies. They talk about that, about how a dog fell in a pond, and then when he got thawed out, he came back to life. I know flies. This is an experiment. I think we actually did this on. That's better. I think we did this in school or something, or maybe I was a twisted kid and did it on my own. You get a fly and you put them in an ice cube tray and you freeze it, and it's frozen, and then when you thaw it out, the fly will come back to life. That's fact. I mean, pretty sure. Hopefully it wasn't some weird dream I had. We'll have to Google it and see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much fact. For flies. I'm not saying for people, for dogs. I know that thing on Vanilla Sky was a movie, but I mean, if it happens on flies, could it happen theoretically with science? Maybe. Who knows? All right, next one. Death
One example of an
cover-ups.
occurrence like this would be in 1964, when a 15-year-old boy fell out of the toboggan on the Matterhorn ride at Disneyland. He would be found unconscious in the ride, but would die 4 days later at a hospital. However, there are several news stories of tragic deaths that occur on Disney property which specifically state them as dying at the scene, making this one seem unlikely. For example, in 1984, a 48-year-old woman died on the Matterhorn as well. According to witnesses, she was on the track and she was hit by the next toboggan coming through the ride. She would be declared dead at the scene. On Christmas Eve 1998, a man died after a mooring cleat for the Columbia sailing ship became loose and hit him. In 2003, a 22-year-old man died on the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad ride when the train car derailed after breaking free from the locomotive while inside a tunnel. 10 other passengers were injured, but he reportedly died on the scene. There doesn't seem to be any sort of cover-up, as the president of Disneyland Resort at the time, Cynthia Harris, made a statement acknowledging the accident and expressing condolences. And finally, one of the most infamous deaths at a Disney park was that of Deborah Stone on July 8, 1974. Deborah Stone was a cast member and worked for the now-defunct America Sings attraction at Disneyland. The attraction utilized a merry-go-round-like system in which 6 theaters rotated around a central stage with various scenes. As a hostess in the attraction, Stone used to stand on the left side of the stage and welcome guests to the show, and when the 24-minute show ended, she'd bid them farewell. Unfortunately, one night, Stone became trapped between a stationary wall and a moving wall. She was crushed to death, and it's reported that a guest heard screaming coming from the walls. The LA Times article announcing her death noted that she was the first employee death in the park's history. Though, since Stone's death, a contracted employee later died in the hospital after an accident at the resort. Probably due to its historic and horrific nature, there are urban legends that say Stone haunts the area where she was killed, and can be heard warning people to be careful.
Ooh, creepy. You know, that's something they don't cover in this, but because we're doing more true crime. But we should look in maybe the haunted parks of Disneyland, like the haunted parts. I'm sure there are quite a few. I mean, it's been around for a while. There's got to be more than just a few deaths. Like, there's got to be ones that we just straight up don't know about that haven't really been reported. All right, up next, guys. Walt was an FBI informant.
Walt Disney served as a secret informant to the FBI in Los Angeles for about 26 years, and some claim that he turned in his co-workers and friends. This first became public in 1993 when writer Mark Elliott published an unauthorized biography of Walt Disney. At the time, the New York Times was provided with a copy of an FBI file on Disney given to them by Elliott, who obtained it via the Freedom of Information Act. The New York Times confirmed the authenticity of the information that came from said files. However, due to the fact that much had been redacted from the files, they couldn't confirm specific names included in the file. The Times seemed to confirm that Disney operated as a secret informer to the LA Bureau from 1940 until 1966, when he died, and that the documents relay that Disney provided the Bureau with information on the activities of those in Hollywood suspected of subversive political, aka communist, beliefs. What we do know is that Disney testified in front of the House of Un-American Activities Committee in 1947. During it, he was asked if he employs anyone he believes to be communist or fascist, to which he responds no, saying he believes all of his employees are 100% American. He's asked if he ever employed someone he felt was communist, to which he said yes. He would detail how a strike in his studio was orchestrated by people he believed to be communist, and mentioned a few men in particular by name. He also lists, quote, commie front organizations, which he claimed smeared him. Additionally, in 1954, Disney was labeled by the FBI as a Special Agent in Charge Contact, or SAC Contact for short, which according to the New York Times is typically reserved for a trusted informer. Disney's
Ooh.
wife Lillian and their daughter Diane stated that Elliot's biography on their husband and father contained many factual inaccuracies, more than 150 of them according to the family. As part of a statement they made about the book, the Disneys included a statement from former director of the FBI, William Webster, in which he states that the documents used for the book do not support the claim that Disney was an FBI informant, as well as 2 other former agents who stated that Disney was not an informer during their time with the agency, nor at any other time to the best of their knowledge. It should be noted that the Disney family disagreed with quite a lot of the claims in Elliot's book, and not just the ones about Walt's relationship to the
FBI. Ooh. So he might have been a little ratty. But you know what, man? Back then, during those freaking communist inquisition with the McCarthy trials, man, they didn't even need proof. It was like a witch trial. Like, if they just thought you were if they just wanted you gone, they called you a communist. So hey, he did what he needed to do to save his business. You know, is he really an informant at that point? I mean, like, I don't know. He's not out buying drugs and being like, hey kid, come here. Undercover Walt Disney. He's in the Mickey Mouse outfit undercover. Where's his head at? Is it in Pirates of the Caribbean or Haunted Mansion? Ooh. All right, guys, so we're going to switch gears. We're going to jump over to theme park sharks, I believe, is what these guys are. We're going to get into 2 different ride conspiracies right now. Then we're going to talk about the gangs of Disneyland. Oh, yeah, there's gangs in Disneyland. We're going to talk about it, guys. Let's get into this one first, though.
5. Aunt Sally on the floor. At Disneyland Park in Anaheim, California, it's become so common for people to spread the ashes of their loved ones throughout the park that the park even has a special code word for cleaning up human ashes.
That's crazy.
When tasked, staff come in with a vacuum cleaner equipped with a high-efficiency filter, and they vacuum up the remains. Human ashes have been spread into bushes, lawns, outside the park gates, and even on the Pirates of the Caribbean and in the Haunted Mansion. The mansion is actually where workers claim this happens the most. If on your next trip to the park you happen to see any strange-looking powder around, it would probably be a good idea not to touch Aunt Sally and call some form of security. Number 4. Walt's Room Forever. The next time you're on Main Street, make sure to take a look at the lamp above the Disneyland fire department.
Yeah, I've heard
this
about
served
this.
as Walt's live-in apartment during his time around the park. As legend has it, there was a custodial cast member cleaning the apartment shortly after Walt's death. She turned off the lamp as she left, and once outside, she noticed that the light was back on. She returned to the apartment to turn it off, thinking she simply forgot the first time, but once she went outside, it was back on. For the 3rd time, she went back up to turn the lamp off, but this time, she didn't leave. She heard a clicking sound and watched the lamp turn on by itself. Of course, she ran out in horror, and to this day, the lamp has actually been left on as a sign that Walt's spirit will forever remain. Number 1. The one-way ticket to Space Mountain. One of the longest-standing urban legends surrounds the Space Mountain attraction. This attraction is located in the Tomorrowland area of the park,
heard about this one
and
before.
the myth actually goes to a man who's known to be a single rider, and he enjoys sitting next to riders when an open seat is present. He has been described as having reddish hair and a red tint face. He's supposedly the ghost of a deceased guest who died on the ride back in the 70s. Strangely enough, he seems to slowly disappear before the end of each ride. Just like myself, this is another individual who just can't seem to get enough of the Space Mountain attraction.
So ghosts. So we kind of talked. So in Space Mountain, man. So imagine spending eternity. You're lost. You're not going to heaven. You're not going to hell or whatever you believe. After you're stuck riding Space Mountain over and over and over again. It's a great ride, but about the 100th time, even as a ghost. Oh, what about the Walt Disney ghost that turned on the light? That's kind of cool, actually. Like, I like that, man. I can see that. When you create something that special, why wouldn't you have a connection still? And his head is still in the Pirates of the Caribbean, so it's not that far away. Oh man, big shout out to everyone out there, Chantel, the Kingman crew, Tay, how you doing? All the usual suspects, Jeremy, boop, 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 Anthony, Susie, Teresa Deller, how you doing? Mike, Bad Culinary, all the usual suspects. You guys know who you are. I'm going to do credits for you guys, the usual suspects. Appreciate you guys so much. Hey, if you're tuning in for the first time, make sure you're blowing up those comments. We've been known to give out something nice just because. That's right. What else we got going on, guys? Wanted to share with you real quick. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, we dropped a new video today. We ate and reviewed Shaq's Big Chicken. And no, that's not some weird pun, guys. We checked out the new restaurant by Shaq up in Las Vegas over on Tropicana. Very, very cool. Had a great time. Great chicken. Check out the review. Check out a Stony review of Shaq's Big Chicken, guys. Make sure you're sharing that. I think the video turned out really, really good. I'm proud of it. So make sure you're sharing that out there, guys. Also, guys, I know everyone loves the live chat, and that's great. I love it too. If you guys could jump over, throw up some comments on the regular video, which is the same video, but just not on the live chat. It helps the algorithm, and it throws up. Been getting weirdos commenting on stuff, so I like to drown it out with our own comments. And some people, I don't understand some of these weird comments we've been getting, but anyway. That's life in the big city of the YouTube, guys. The big city. Don't forget the hashtag Gremlins for that Joe Dante autograph 8x10. He's the director of Gremlins, guys. Haunt. You know what? I want to do this next week. I'll talk to Teresa Deller and pick out a day. Now she's got some free time, it looks like, and see when we can get together with everyone, and we'll do a watch along here on Zoom of the movie Haunt, and then we'll be giving away at the end of the month the mask and the signed 8x10 and the signed mask too. So make sure you're getting in on those giveaways, guys. Hashtag Gremlins, hashtag Haunt. We got a new Baked and Unboxed dropping tomorrow, guys. It's a good one. It's the Grail box. Oh man. OC Celebrity Marketing Grail box. And we hit the Grail, guys. Oh, you will not believe what we hit in this thing. We hit the number one, the biggest item you can get. Well, that was available in their thing. So awesome. I'm excited about it. So make sure you're tuning in for that, guys. Got a lot of new content coming out. A lot of great things happening. Good giveaways, guys. We're working on that Cheech and Chong get together, maybe. I got to see the logistics and how it can all work out. All right, guys. So make sure you're blowing up those comments, blowing up those like buttons, blowing up those shares. Man, take care of yourself. Be kind to one another. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:10. And then we got the Baked and Unboxed at 4:20, guys. So make sure you're looking out for that. All right. And we will see you tomorrow, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com.
Check out our merchandise and amazing content.
And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.